Great conversation from our panel, and we have been focusing on people who are not quite as they seem online. And when dating, the term catfish, if you didn't already listen to this one, is used when the person you're chatting and connecting with is not the person you think it is. Now, some people haven't been lucky online, and they've shared their stories for the world to cringe at. So I'm going to ask Zetu and G-Man to come through and be a part of this one, because it's time to read out some confessions.
Can you stand up? Can we see the oversized denim jacket that is just so hot?
It's
Absolutely
working.
Beautiful.
It's
okay,
working indeed. But let's see if these confessions are working. I'll read out the first one. G-Man, you can share the rest with us. Maybe Zet, you want to grab one too. But on the board, you can see the first one. I'm a 25-year-old man, and her profile said she was a 29-year-old woman. She looked pretty in her pictures and seemed nice, so I thought, what the hell, why not? Now, she looked nothing like her pictures and must have been over 40. I was too polite to say anything, so we just sat mostly in silence for the most awkward meal I've ever endured. Wow.
It's a difficult one, because I'm approaching that age now where you will look back at 3 or 4 versions of yourself and go, wow, if I'm going to send a person a picture, I'm going to send them the 21-year-old version of myself. So is it misrepresentation?
Well, definitely when you say you're 29. The pictures maybe I can get away
that's
with.
A lie.
Yeah, that's a lie. The pictures are another story, yeah, for sure. Zetu, what are your thoughts on this?
I think, there's the other side of it where the person stayed for this entire interaction. So they're able to identify that there's obviously an existing social esteem issue in this situation. So out of pity, you stay. Because in a lot of situations when catfishers meet their person and their person is outraged, that person leaves. But I think it's also human interaction.
I sat with my stalker for about an hour afterwards because I felt so bad that that's what she was going through and where she was. So it wasn't what I thought it was.
And I think the emotional connection in these situations is really what drives us to do such crazy things. Another confession obviously coming through. G-Man, you want to read this one out for us?
Yeah. Ooh, this is interesting. So my mother-in-law had just gotten a computer, and she was losing her grip on reality as she aged. My husband and I didn't have a computer yet, so we didn't know the dangers that she faced. And one of the other sons set the thing up for her. So long story short, she met some man on the internet who convinced her he was her dead husband. She was on a fixed income, so he had to go to her son to get the bulk of the money that he was asking for. The son shut things down very quickly, but the poor woman was sure that we were keeping her husband from her for the rest of her days. There is a section of society that is very susceptible to this. In my mind, that's where measures do need to be put in place.
100%. I mean, you obviously mentioned in the conversation earlier on the panel, but that's like gross manipulation of so much.
Absolutely.
I don't even know where to start with this, Jeez.
People have a whole industry for this, where they're taking advantage of other people for financial gain. And unfortunately, it's very hard to be there for your older parent, aunt, grandparent, in order to educate them fully about things like this. So that one is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it hurts. It gets you in the emotions, and I definitely feel for so many right now. But I think the best thing to do is educate yourself and make sure you do research. You have a gut feeling, then answer that call.
We'll see you in a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, this looks good.
Smells good.
It's the extra love that I put onto it. That's
well done, man.
Now, this is going to be a game changer. And for a round pizza, we need a round table discussion.
Yeah, we do, man. Listen, I'm honestly loving how educated I've become around this catfishing and all these imposters and stuff. Bro, I obviously heard you guys chatting when you were having that panel discussion. You mentioned something about Facebook. I remember this happening, bro. What was the whole situation there?
So one was a big gambling website, took ownership of one of my accounts to just run transactions and try and get clickbait, try and get people through it. Then an actual individual started impersonating me through information that they got through Marketplace and were able to take my account, and I haven't been able to get it back. So as it stands, on Facebook, I am not connected to any of the 6 platforms that are claiming to be me, which does reinforce the notion that nobody is safe. And I haven't been able to figure it out yet. So be safe out there. Make sure that you're looking at yourself first when it comes to this catfishing space, because I have a feeling it speaks as much to our own self-feelings and inadequacies.
Oh, look at this fine gentleman serving us. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Papa Lush.
Thank you so much.
I think it happens in varying degrees. So I think You can't control other people's behavior, but you can control your own. So think about how you're representing yourself and think about your digital safety and make sure you keep your friends around you, man, because it really does matter. Munga K is going to be performing on our social platforms in just a moment. Stick around for that. We'll go live on Facebook and YouTube in just a moment. And most importantly, stay safe and see us tomorrow. We love you. Adios.
Cheers,
Adios, we love you.
cheers.
Look at it. I finally got muscles.